How disappointed not to have found the bones of the holy man. No wonder he hated the inhabitants so. To him they must have seemed like barnacles mindlessly clinging to a mercy seat. Why cling so hard to the rock? Because it is the only thing that stops us from sliding into the ocean. Into oblivion.
If you guys didn't see that, it says, neither did he eat nor drink. My first assumption off that is that it's a Bible verse. Jesus, when he was in the desert, he didn't eat or drink for 40 days. 40 days. So it sounds like it's a Bible verse. Anyway, this game is, it's not a game where you're going to get adrenaline rushes off of. So far, what I've seen based off so far, you're not going to get adrenaline rushes off this. But if you have a bad day, this might be the game for you. If you need to relax and cool down, this might be the game. Because I'm pretty peaceful right now. It's like I said, maybe it's a good thing that I didn't stream this because, it might be a little boring. Maybe. I don't know. Everybody has different preferences. So. I am back to where I started. Yep, I just came from down there. So, I have to find a way around. Barnacle head. Let me explore over here again. Because I think right now I'm trying to get over to that tower. That's what it seems like. That seems to be the goal. Or maybe, you know what, I think I go up there. I'm thinking I go up here.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Okay, so it sounds like his kidney stones were a burden to him, and now this island is his burden. Obviously he does not want to be here. Obviously he's trying to get a way off. But it also sounds like she might have been killed by a drunk driver.
Is this what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
Alright. I am assuming that is a Bible verse, because I'm really assuming that is a Bible verse. I'm not sure exactly what it means. But I know Paul and Lot are in the Bible, so I think this is kind of a story based off. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to figure it out still. Esther's obviously a name from the Bible.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side.
That's where I'm at now.
The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
Whoever wrote this, I'm curious to see if they have other works. So it's very good. It's very, very good. Man, look at that.
The Bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jacobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Okay, so there seems to be some recurring trend with drawing white lines in cliffs. And obviously that paint, that white paint, I think that's what they're referring to, but I'm not sure what it means yet, though. It's a recurring trend, though. I might have to play this game again to understand completely. Like I said, this is my first time playing. See what's in here.
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I've always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
Baby pictures. These don't look too good. What's happened here? Ooh! Darn bird. Seagull. There's that little troublemaker. Man, look at this view. Reminds me of the song kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings. The song, I think it's called The Shire, maybe. It's a song, I'm not sure, I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like, you know, when Sam and Frodo, when they're being, I don't know, friendly, or there's a touching moment, there's a song that plays, it kind of sounds like this.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
So another trend is something about...
They found Jakobsen in the early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
There seems to be a recurring trend of kidney stones and drunk drivers. And obviously the narration is where I'm at right now. So I think that's the hill he went down. So it seems like anyway. And here's the cave it was talking about, I'm assuming.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Those are some pretty scary sounds. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh gosh. Ugh.
Donnelly did not pass through the caves. From here on in, his guidance, unreliable as it is, has gone from me. I understand now that it is between the two of us and whatever correspondence could be drawn from the wet rocks.
Oh wow. Oh, my flashlight broke. I wonder what was down that other path. Wow, this is gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Am I floating? It's like I'm flying a little bit.
They'd stopped the traffic back as far as the Sandford Junction and come up the hard shoulder like radio signals from another star. It took 21 minutes for them to arrive.
21.
I watched Paul time it to the second on his watch.
21 seems to be another recurring thing. There's some more paintings. And Paul seemed to know. He seems to know about 21. Like he knew it would be 21 seconds, it seems like. Careful, don't hit your head. Imagine seeing this in real life, gosh. Imagine this adventure.